Here's my dream 2025 college football road trip, starting with week 0, where we will be at Stanford at Hawaii. I know there's a more high-profile game going on in Dublin, but I'd rather watch a home game than a neutral site one. In week 1, we have a massive rematch from the semifinals in last season's playoff. Both teams are breaking in new quarterbacks and new faces across the board, so I would just love to be there in Columbus to watch Texas take on Ohio State. Week 2 is tough, but I went outside the box to go to Kansas and Missouri for the border war. We've seen that when these rivalries that have been stagnant and dormant for a while get renewed, it is always an incredibly electric atmosphere, so I would want to be there. For week 3, I would head to South Bend, Indiana to watch Texas A&M travel to play the national runners-up from last season. A&M would have revenge on their minds after losing at home to Notre Dame last season. In week 4, I'm looking ahead to another heated rivalry game. SMU, after making the playoffs, plays TCU on the road after spanking them last season. Sonny Dykes got ejected last year. There's a ton of bad blood here, and it's a battle that I would just love to be there for. There is no place to be in week 5 other than Alabama at Georgia. This was the best game in college football last season. I think it's going to be an absolutely fantastic game again. It usually is whenever these two programs collide. In week 6, Clemson goes to Chapel Hill to play Bill Belichick's North Carolina team, and the Tar Heels at this point in the season could be undefeated, so the potential storylines here alone is enough to draw me out there. Week 7 is going to be a game that's on here every time I make this list. The Red River Shootout is number 1 on my bucket list of games to go to. There's no place I'd rather be. In week 8, we've got Tennessee at Alabama. This rivalry has reached a fever pitch and is in just such a great spot. I want to be there. It's always tough to pick a Big 12 game to go to because of how fast the standings can flip in this conference, but I think week 9, BYU at Iowa State is likely to be a very high-level matchup between two potential Big 12 title contenders. At number 10, we have Penn State at Ohio State. This is also another duh answer. If you want to go to the best game that weekend, this is probably going to be it. Week 11, however, is kind of a quieter week, so I want to take advantage of that and show the Group of 5 some love. Tulane at Memphis could be one of the biggest battles there. The Group of 5 gets a playoff spot too, and one could be on the line here. In week 12, we got a rematch of the SEC title game. It's going to be a high-level matchup between two teams that will likely be contending for playoff spots and possibly the SEC title again. In week 13, we've got a high-level ACC battle between Louisville and SMU. Once again, CFP implications will probably be involved here and potentially ACC title implications as well. In week 14, there's a lot of great options. It's rivalry week. I know a lot of people say go to Ohio State, Michigan this week, but I think I'd rather be at Clemson, South Carolina. There's been some phenomenal back and forth here. I absolutely understand, though, if you prefer Michigan, Ohio State. And then during conference championship week, I'm going to lock it in without even knowing who's playing. Going to the Big 12 title game is probably going to be the highest stakes. The loser doesn't make a playoff spot. The winner will. And it's going to be a game that probably has one of the tightest spreads.